Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Live every Monday at
Hi, man! Woo! How are you, Doc? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Queenie.
Oh my gosh. What's happening in the world of gardening?
Oh, you don't want to know. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been under the weather, not with gardening,
Huh?
but and so it really showed me what it is a practice what you preach thing. Because I'm always telling people that follow me and all my subscribers to go out there and check your garden every day, every day, every day. Now we've had a lot of rain. I've had my kids water the garden, but I have not checked my gardens in a couple of days.
Oh
And
gosh.
my zucchini plants were the snack for the week. So, which I'm not happy. It's back to World War, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 at the Christine house
Oh
with
my
the
gosh.
bugs and the rodents that like to just pull a zucchini off and take a bite and throw it on the ground, and you're like, at least you could have eaten it.
I was just going to ask you that, and I realize you probably don't know rodent topics specifically, but they don't just go to eat it. They literally did a what? Like, what is the purpose of that if they just snack on it and throw it away?
They do that with everything. I don't know if they're just trying to get their
Oh,
daily vitamins from zucchini or they've done it to tomatoes. um yeah, and sometimes it's like one plant, I don't know if they can sense that the plant is my plants aren't sick, so I don't know if that's part of it.
and I was just going to say that quite frankly, because I've mentioned before that your plants or your backyard, your entire landscaping must be a magic, fantastic buffet for these varmints.
Yes, there's lots to choose from.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They've been
Oh my
eating
goodness.
they've also been eating my ground cherries. So I've been finding ground cherries grow in these little paper husks, and I've been finding little paper husks all over the place. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh. Well, they really are having a smorgasbord at your
they
landscaping.
are.
You know that.
They are.
Hi to you, Karen. ACA Godmother's in the house. That is the best news of all. And now we can do acagodmother.com.
There you
So
go.
I know, super exciting for sure. It's nice to have one of our Fab Five in the house.
I think we need to hire you out, Queenie, for the little jingle voice.
Yeah, definitely. I need one more thing to do. So thank you, Doc. That's a great idea.
Sure, anytime.
Oh
Any
my gosh. Oh my gosh. I always love Mondays, and you know that. And I know how much you kind of it's not your favorite yet. But literally, I start the day with Zoom, then I get to go to Alignable, then I get to go to StreamYard, then I've got Alignable right after this, and another Zoom call at 2:30 Central Time. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I really am so grateful for technology, and especially when it works.
I'm always grateful when technology works. I'm trying to find us, and I apologize. I looked
That's
this.
okay. I just made us actually public. Facebook automatically goes to my friends only, and so I wanted to make it public. So I had to find that little button, of course. Push a button, push a button, push a button.
What was
Deborah DeVette, glad you could join us all the way from Canada.
what was your name again?
Yeah, I know. Seriously, Deborah has a brand new grandbaby, and she said that she is absolutely the cutest thing in the whole world. And so, congratulations again to Deborah, and her siblings love her. So it is working out very well in that dynamic new family. So that is fun. World traveler Grace Strawn is in the house. Amazing, Grace. We're so glad you could join us, and it really is always so fun to get our dynamic Doc and Queenie community together. So thank you guys honestly for your support. You'll notice by this background, thank you again, Karen Higgins. Doc and Queenie Day number 4 is coming up. And the reason it's even more significant-er, I knew that you would love that, Doctor. But the rest of the story is it's even more significant because 4 weeks from today is actually Doc and Queenie Day 4, the first Monday of August. 4 years ago is when we actually launched Doc and Queenie. And it seems like, first of all, it seems like we've been doing it forever. But second of all, it seems like just yesterday. 4 years is impossible.
I have a quiz or a quiz question for you.
Okay.
Have Doc and Queenie ever missed a Monday?
A few times we have missed a Monday, and I have put a recording on here, but from a standpoint of never been on, even during Christmas and all that stuff, no.
Which is pretty good, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we going to do if we decide to stop?
I know. Oh my gosh. Well, the good news is all of these recordings are on certainly Facebook, but definitely on YouTube. So we've got lots of places that people can find us if they need to.
Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. It is great to see everyone. I'm sure you came for the National Days of.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did.
Today. Well, today is Chocolate with Almonds Day. It's the best I can do.
That's all right. I can go there.
I do like chocolate with almonds. Hello, Debbie Miller. Tomorrow is Cow Appreciation Day.
Cow Appreciation Day?
Cow. Moo.
Okay, wow. All right.
I know
I didn't see that one coming. I know. Well, I do like butter and cream if that's where that comes from. But when people always ask the origin of something like, where does spaghetti come from? And I go, I don't know, a spaghetti tree. And they're always like, you must be a farm girl. And I go, yeah, I'm a farm girl. And so it's always very, very interesting to me. But Cow Appreciation Day, I can totally go there, because you've taught us a lot about organic and grass-fed and things like that. But I know in your family, you actually eat meat. So yay.
We eat meat, and we eat grass-fed, grass-finished, which is a biggie. And usually ranchers that do grass-finished they're usually very conscious of what they're putting. They're not even spraying their grass. They're not loading the cow up with antibiotics or whatever that conventional does. So always super important. So yes, tomorrow is Cow Appreciation Day.
All right. I will appreciate a cow. So thank you, Doc.
Moo. Okay. And moving on, Wednesday is Kitten Day. Now I know you were a cat person, and I have cats love me. I'm a dog person. Cats love me, and I very carefully pet them. Because I don't know what to do with them, because I don't have cats. I mean, it's that.
I was going to say you could lose a limb, because for me, Grace actually has Sunny and Cher. Her kitty cats are darling. And so, yes, I had my first cat lasted 14 and a half years, and my second cat lasted 19 and a half years. And so I know that, the second one had Kongan. And so I know exactly why that happened. Her death was peaceful and perfect. The other one actually got cancer tumor. And so that was the end of her at the 14 and a half. And I can say her because my cats are always calicos. And that's kind of my signature statement. So yes, I definitely am a cat person, but you do 1 stroke and 2 stroke. And especially with my second cat, when you tried the third one, you got your arm ripped off. So they ran the household, that's for sure.
And dogs are like, "Mommy, I serve you."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's why I always say dogs have owners, cats have staff.
Yes, I believe that. Well, my fishing buddy down in Florida has 2 cats, our mascots, Dave and Larry. Yep. And Larry is my cat. I am the only person when I visit that he throws himself and will not leave me alone. And I'm just like, well, hey, Larry. I mean, he'll sit in my lap. If I don't close my bedroom door at night, he will be in bed with me, so. And I'm just like, okay. Dave is a friendly cat too, but he is not as so like Larry, because I guess I'm Larry's. But anyways, happy Kitten Day. Thursday, excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cough. Thursday is 7-Eleven Day. No pun intended.
7-Eleven Day. All right.
We have 7-Elevens in Kansas City, right?
Oh, I was actually just going to say, is that the store location? And I guess the answer to that would be yes. I actually haven't seen one in a while, but I guess 7-Eleven is still around. I remember in the olden days, you would go to 7-Eleven as a great big treat and get an icy. And so they were, what do you call it? Like frosty smoothie kind of drinks that I'm sure were just ice and sugar. So I never quite figured that out. but there was also a flavor and an icy flavor. And so I do remember 7-Eleven, but as I said, I don't even know if those are still around.
I think they are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't go there, not for a bad on 7-Eleven, just because I just don't. But I do remember the 7-Eleven always had a flavor, and you had to get an icy of something, and it had to be blue or red or whatever the current thing was. And I look back on that stuff, Doc, and I'm just like, if you're raised like that, and you know perfectly well as you get older, it is sugar and water. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's kind of like ices, or what is that called?
Oh, the shaved ice thing.
Yeah, whatever those are, and snow cone. There you go in my
No,
brain. Thank
yeah.
you. And so you see how much I do those as well. But the
Oh,
snow cone thing, I look at that and I go, okay, scoop of ice, sugar and water syrup stuff, and there's your snow cone. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So
yep.
yeah, I guess it gets the kids through the park quickly.
Well, I grew up in Chicago, and we didn't have 7-Elevens. We had White Hen pantries, which were basically the same thing. But
Okay.
the thing with the white,
Okay, Karen's got over by ACA Club for the Overland Park Club. There's a 7-Eleven. Okay, cool. Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, I guess there is. Now, come to think of it. Yeah, but White Hen is kind of the same, but we had one that was on the corner of, like, our neighborhood was behind it. So my mom would give us money, and we would walk to White Hen and buy candy. So,
Woo! That was a big treat, right? Big treat.
Up. Yeah. So Friday is French fries.
Well, okay. Fries are great, I suppose. I love sweet potato fries, and I'm sure those aren't healthy either, but I do love them.
They're healthier than thick or thin. That is always the contention in my house, thick or thin.
Yeah, and for me, of course, I'd have to probably go medium, and I like them baked, not fried. So I'm a little bit of a problem when it comes to that stuff. But
that's what I've heard. Yeah. That's what I've heard about you.
And I love crinkly French fries. Like, however, what do you do when you order those, like out in a restaurant kind of thing? But obviously, I don't do those all the time. But those would be my choice if I was out. And but the sweet potato fries is my go-to all the time. I love those.
Yeah, I'm the same. Let's see. Saturday is Delaware as the first state of the Union in 1776.
Wow. Debbie and I were with a lady from Delaware this morning, as a matter of fact,
cool.
on our posting party call.
That's very cool. There's a lot of states along the East Coast that I have not seen, and that's one of them.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't been to Delaware either.
And then you'll love what Sunday is. You ready? This is so exciting.
Okay.
Tape measure day.
Oh, Doc. Okay. Tape measure day. All right. Now, it's pathetic perhaps, but I do have tape measures everywhere. And I have those real things or whatever, you pull them out and stick.
Why is that?
I'm so technical. I know. Well, the other day I was actually reupholstering some of my outside chairs, thanks to Dave and Dana. So they know who they are. But you have to measure stuff all the time. And then that little tape measure thing that sticks down so it holds right where it is so you can write it down, whatever that's called. And so I love. I have them on the top floor, the main floor, certainly the basement, definitely the garage. And because I always have one of those things. And then, of course, being me, I either write it down or take a picture. So when I get to wherever I'm going, I know what size the furnace filter is. I know what size the cushion base is for the chair, something, and I know how much fabric to buy or how much vinyl or whatever I'm doing. And so, yeah, I'm a nut when it comes to tape measures. What about you, Doc? You probably have to tape measure everything.
Well, since I build things, I used to think as a kid I hated geometry.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, now you're stuck with it. That's good.
Now I have geometry and tape measures. But yeah, I've got tape measures all over the place. I have my favorite, which I keep with me in a special place, so nobody borrows it.
That's very good, and I definitely appreciate that. You'll have to take a picture and post on our video section, because we would love to see what your specific tape measure looks like. Mine are just the literal square things like this that you just pull out and stick the thing down.
I bought a fancy one from Menards the other last year.
Woohoo! All right, fancy tape measures are us.
Okay, so here's my quote for the day.
Nice.
Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. It's a good one.
Wow. That is a great one. Yeah. And how many of us learn from our lessons? And I was I just the second got off a call right before Doc and Queenie. And I was with a lady who is a dating coach and super sweet. I had not met her before. And there were 94 people on the call, or I think 94 something. But anyway, I always love how God puts me in the room with exactly the right person. And so I'm always intrigued by love stories and how did you meet your husband and all that stuff. So I said, tell me about you. And she said, I've been married 50 years and this and that and something. How did you get into the dating coach arena? And she said, I have found ladies who struggle in that topic. And the rest of that story is, she said, I have been married for 50 years. So, of course, my brain goes, you're a dating coach, which you would think would mean she dates a lot so she knows how to coach people. But I said, I'm intrigued by that. How did you meet your husband? And she said, well, you won't believe, but she was in a dorm and they had a co-ed party. And she said, my girlfriend dragged me. I didn't want to go. I hate that kind of stuff. My girlfriend dragged me to the dorm co-ed party. And so she walked in and she's like, oh my gosh, I got to get out of here. So she did her circle around the room and she did one of those. Okay, he's not here. I'm going to go back to the door. And as I cross over the threshold, if I haven't met him yet, I'm out of here. So as she does the circle around the room one more time, nobody's in there that she's interested in. She gets to the front door. And as she's literally getting ready to leave, across the threshold walks this gentleman. And she just went, oh my gosh, they had this eye looking connection thing. And the rest is literally history. He asked her to dance and they've been married for 50 years. And she said, that is my dating story. Now, the challenge for my brain is, if we live for today, learn from yesterday, and hope for tomorrow, she did her learning from a standpoint of expectation. We've talked about that before. And she expected to meet him. If she didn't, she was out of there. And obviously, in her case, that live for tomorrow, hope for tomorrow, and live for today actually worked. So I find that interesting. But she's apparently got great success. And I always find it hysterical to find out people's stories. And then, of course, we have our very own Debbie Dub Miller. Congratulations to Debbie and Ken celebrating 53 years. So they had their anniversary last week as well. And so this weekend, actually. And so it's very cool to be able to see how God is doing such a mighty work in some of our personal friends. So I love that.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So I am excited to see what the wheels are going to give us today.
Oh gosh, good point. Those of us who need to pay attention better and find our wheels. There we go. Thank you for that reminder, Doc. Here we go. And our wheel spin for today. Doc's favorite number is 7, mine is 5. So we shuffle 6 times and we will find out what our Doc and Queenie word is on the magic wheel. And oh my gosh, you talked about this earlier. Yeah. Isn't that an interesting thing? Consistency. And haven't you learned with being under the weather, as you call it, the consistency part is so incredibly impactful from a standpoint of your garden?
Oh yeah. You're not on top of it. And that's actually the consistency of checking it. And a lot of people with bigger gardens will put in, a watering system, which is great. But then that gives you the opportunity basically to be lazy. Just turn it on. It's on a timer. It'll water everything. I'll check every few days. Whereas I hand water everything. So I'm actually,
I bet you do.
in there looking and seeing and making sure nobody's eating this or that or full of weed or.
I realize this is a nutso story. And Grace, you're right. That is a great dating story. And Karen said her anniversary would have been 46 years today. Very awesome. And it's not a matter of fail. It's a matter of life experience. And we certainly learn from those, I guess. I hope. But seriously, Doc, there is apparently not a technique or strategy to keep all these varmints from eating your fabulous stuff. If anybody would know it, it would be you.
There's lots of things I use, so it's just a matter of finding what works. So, and it varies from year to year. So yeah, I've got a really nasty. It's like a bug spray. You basically let ginger, jalapenos, and garlic soak in water overnight. Well,
Oh
and
my
and
goodness.
I've learned, don't spray into the wind, because of course I am not real good with peppers, and of course I got a nose full one day of the jalapeno, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it burns, and that'll keep them away. That'll keep them away. So,
Wow.
but it is consistent. It's consistency, I think, in life with everything. It's um, doesn't work, you try something else. And of course, we always apply it to business. It's not working, punt and pivot. So
Absolutely. Grace, congratulations. I know you and Rick. It looks like Rick and Grace, I met this year,
would have
50
been
years for next.
50.
Yeah, 50 years for next would have been Grace and Rick together. And because that's a beautiful love story as well. And I think it's an interesting thing, Doc. That's why I was asking about your varmint challenge. Um, the it's in the animal kingdom, in the varmint kingdom, even there is a consistency pattern, because you even said that they take a bite and toss it away and take a bite and toss it away. So in other words, they don't just take one and eat it correctly and then there's nothing left and then there's a whole plant full of stuff. It's consistency again. They take a little bite, a little bite, a little bite out of several. So it really is amazing that even in the animal kingdom there's consistency.
I think they do that to drive me crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I bet that is absolutely true.
Yes.
Consistency for me, I feel consistency is probably one of my main strategies. I'm consistent with networking. I'm consistent with posting parties. I'm consistent with training my teams. Um, I'm consistent with even household everything. The lawn gets mowed here, the leaves get raked here. Snow shoveling, I'm not consistent because the second the snow hits the driveway, I'm out there shoveling. I can't stand that. But I guess that's consistent also, that the second it snows, I'm going to shovel the driveway. I just really can't stand that. And so I guess consistency for me keeps my world spinning correctly, because I think, and Doc, I was thinking about this. We have a big announcement for you, by the way. Your consistency part that I witness is your consistency in your videos. Every single time when I pop on my YouTube channel, here's a video from Doc. And it really, really, really is amazing. And that part for me is consistent, because now people get to learn. Just the other day you did, have you planted borage yet? And of course I had to click on that because I'm of course going, what the heck is borage? And so your consistency part of training and gardening and sharing, I think, is phenomenal. And what is your number, drum roll please, my friend?
Let's see. I know the other day I hit 325,000 views.
Woo! Nice.
So we are at 942 subscribers.
You are getting so close to
And
that, and you get to monetize at 1,000, right?
no, I get to I can put merch on at 1,000.
Oh, I
So
see. Okay.
I'm probably
All
going to do
right.
a few little things, but yeah, there's the monetization is crazy. I
Okay.
need 3 million views every 90 days in order to be able to monetize.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
So
that's a lot, but if
I'm
anyone
like,
can do it, it would certainly
I
be
don't
you.
I don't know. So, but I enjoy what I do. But yeah, I'm getting there. So, and
Well,
the
your
views right.
consistency is awesome, and people see you on YouTube, and your subscribers and your numbers are getting so big. And I congratulations. That is ginormous.
Yes. Yes. So, yes, consistency. So, what do we have left
Let's
for
be
the other?
consistent with the topic, right? Let's be
Yeah.
consistent and find Doc and Queenie topics. And once again, thank you to everyone who has sent us these. Shuffle 6 times, 7 for Doc, 5 for me, and find out what consistency looks like. It is amazing. And I hope this is, oh, Doc and Queenie classes. All right. Yeah, that is fantastic right off the bat. We have Doc and Queenie classes on the fourth Wednesday of every month at high noon, of course. And the Doc and Queenie classes were born because Doc and I found that many of our faithful friends on purpose within our Doc and Queenie community didn't know how to this, or I can't Zoom my something, or I can't garden my this. And so the classes, I teach one, then Doc teaches one, and back and forth, and obviously tag team, unless it's a Doc topic like gardening that I listen. But it's back to that same thing. The Doc and Queenie classes, I'm blown away. I think we had over 60 something views on one of our class videos recently, Doc.
We did, of course, since I haven't been paying attention lately, which is
Yeah.
not consistency. Which one did we have? Was that the last one with the Zoom?
I think it was probably your Canva. Let's see. I'm not 1,000% sure now, but it's like 64. Yeah. And it was so impactful. And then the one that we did recently was on Zoom, because every time I go to a Zoom call, I check all kinds of things. What's the number? Where's the waiting room? All the different stuff that I look for. And I have found people don't do that. And it's super easy, and it's included in your membership if you're only doing the pro account. But the rest of that story is even the free stuff. There's a lot of things that you can do on a Zoom call that is part of the free system. And so that was a biggie for the classes. And when you teach us the Canva skills that you have learned, but also your YouTube, I think that would be a great class to come up. How did you get your YouTube channel so huge?
Oh, you mean do a class on that?
Absolutely. Because I really do think that is ginormous, and your shorts are amazing. You've done a class on the shorts before. And if people are still struggling as far as how to get this more exposure, and we talk about all the time that you comment on your own video and pin it, and it really does make for more traffic. I can totally see that as another class. And anyone that's listening now or on the replay, send us a message, chat in the community section of Doc and Queenie on Facebook, and let us know what you want to, quote, learn, because between the two of us and certainly our networks, we can definitely pull someone on who would be a great trainer.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, that might be something to do with how to grow your YouTube channel. I've learned a lot.
You have learned so much, and over 300,000 views, holy moly. And then, like I say, your shorts and your videos get so much action. And how many views, that's the cool part that I like, is you can go to someone's channel and find out how many views total they've gotten. And unless they block out how many subscribers they have, you can see that number as well. And your growth has been amazing. I know that you're an overnight success and it only took a few years, but it's always amazing to me when people say, oh my gosh, I wish I could do it as fast as you did. And I'm going, oh my gosh, how fast.
That's where consistency comes in.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We both coughing at the same time.
Yeah, well, seriously. I have cayenne pepper in my coffee every day. And the more, like I say, I've been on this thing since 9 o'clock this morning, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so summertime is a very fun time, in my opinion. And then I'm super sorry that you're under the weather, but in your case, I'm sure you'll be back to 100% in no time.
Hopefully. Yes. And it looks like we're basically out of time.
Oh my gosh. This happens so fast every single time.
But we are really thankful that everybody was joining us today live. And of course, on the replay, if you catch us on the replay. Doc and Queenie Live is every Monday at... You can find Queenie, Kathy Weaver, KC.com. Kathy Weaver, KC, all over social media. And you can find myself, Doc, at kitchengardenexpert.com or Kitchen Garden Expert, all over social media, especially YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't to my YouTube channel. Till next time. Till next time, have a fantastic day. Thank you, Queenie, and thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Woohoo! Thank you all for being here, and thank you again for those chats coming through. We love to learn new words, new topics, and definitely the Doc and Queenie classes will be the end of this month. Stay tuned. We've got the event pages made, and we'd love to have you invite your friends. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.